Hey, it's Scott, everyone. I'm here with Nexus International. We're going over trust basics. We're going to talk about the difference between statutory and non-statutory trusts. All right, so non-statutory trusts are trusts not created by a state or the government. It's created by a contract. And we're going to talk about the difference between what are the benefits between statutory and non-statutory. So watch this for a minute. If I create this box and I put the word you here, one thing you have to understand is in this box, you're the owner of it. Everything in this box, you own it. Let's say you own a house. Let's say you own a car, okay? Let's say you own a bunch of money. Anything in this box, you're the owner of it, okay? And if you create, for instance, a living trust, because most people who create trusts create living trusts. They call up an attorney, 99 out of 100 will straight up, without even blinking an eye, set up a living trust. One thing you have to understand is the living trust, now watch this. The living trust is the purple box here, guys and gals. The purple box is inside of the black box. The living trust is inside of your personal estate. A living trust is statutory, okay? This trust is statutory. It means it's controlled by the state you live in, and it is a creature of the state. Okay, the trust is a creature of the state. It's governed and controlled by that state. And first of all, you always pay taxes, and you have no asset protection in a living trust or in a statutory trust. Statutory trusts also usually always have to distribute all the income in the trust. So watch this. Here's two different trusts. Let's say this trust uses the simple tax code. This trust uses the complex tax code. If money, watch this, comes into the simple trust, it's statutory, okay? It has to distribute the income to the beneficiaries. But if this money was coming into a complex trust that was non-statutory, it doesn't necessarily have to distribute that income. It could technically hold the income in corpus. Okay, so it can hold that income in corpus, and it wouldn't technically have to be distributed. You have a lot of options if you have the right structure. So statutory, non-statutory, if you have the right structure, you're going to have a lot more benefits. Now watch this. If I create this box right here, okay, I'm going to call this the income box. Now watch this money right here. One thing to understand about the IRS is they don't tax money. Okay, this is money, and they do not tax people. I know you hear that all the time. You know, the rich get taxed more than, no, it's not how it works. People never get taxed. It's money that gets taxed. So the IRS never taxes people. They tax money, or income, I should say. Sorry. They don't tax money. They do not tax money. They do not tax people. They only tax income. So when this money, watch this, comes to you, I'm going to draw a box here and put the word you. The reason you had to pay tax is because the money came inside of this green box. Watch this. The green box represents what I call the income box. The IRS is not going to tax money. They're not going to tax people. In other words, if $100 is lying on the ground, is the IRS going to come and tax the $100 on the ground? No. They only tax people when they take that money as income. In other words, they're taxing the income, not the person, and they're not taxing the money. They only tax the income. So when the money crosses the green box and comes into the green box, now it's taxable. Why? Because that means someone is taking possession of it. Okay? It's either you, or it's your living trust, or someone took possession of it. It could be a 401k, IRA. You see? If it comes into one of these boxes or entities or whatever, okay? It's already been declared income. It's already income. Therefore, it's going to get taxed. Now, over here, it's deferred. You pay the tax later, but it's still income. So the IRS taxes income. But watch this. What if I set up a structure outside of the green box. Oh, okay. Statutory, non-statutory. Everything in this purple box is statutory. Okay? But everything outside of this box is potentially non-statutory. Why? It's not income yet. So let me draw this out. So I put the word trust here. Now, it can't just be any trust. It has to be a specific type of trust. It must be a non-statutory trust. One controlled by a contract. Not controlled by the state, but controlled by a contract. Protected by what? Article 1 of the Constitution. So you have Article 1, Section 10, Clause 1. It's called the contract clause. You have the right to contract with anyone and create a trust and create a contract. And that's what this non-statutory trust is governed by. A contract that's non-statutory. Not created by the state. It's created by a contract. And watch this. Remember I said the IRS does not tax money, it does not tax people? In fact, the IRS code calls it capital. It's just capital, it's just money. They don't tax money unless you're taking possession of it. Watch this. This income, if this income is or money comes into this trust, it hasn't come into the green box yet. It hasn't become income yet. In fact, when you read the tax code, and I'll put it at the bottom of the screen, when you read the tax code, it says not considered income. It's just money at this point. It's just money. It's just capital. But when that money or capital crosses the green box and it comes to you, okay, now it's in the income box. Now it's taxable. Now you got to pay tax on it. Now, some people say, well, I have an LLC, and I like to put the LLC right here because entities can create taxable income, and they can also create just capital. So money, say it comes into the LLC. If I take money from the LLC and I take it down to you, what is that? It's income. You got to pay tax on it. But the LLC can also take money or capital and send it to non-statutory entity. Watch this. Like a trust, like we have. It hasn't crossed the green box yet. It's outside of the green box. It hasn't become income yet. It is money. It is capital. But the LLC can send money to a non-statutory entity, and it hasn't crossed the green box, and it's not considered income yet. So in our training videos, I'm going to show you not only in the tax code how it works, but I'm going to show you in corporate structuring, because that's what we do at Nexus International. We do corporate structuring. I'm going to show you how to structurally set up income with your business, with you, set up income to come into your trust, and it's not considered income according to the IRS. It's just money, it's just capital, hasn't become income yet, therefore there's no tax on it. The taxes are, it's basically pre-tax money. And so here you are over here, you have this house, you have a lot of assets. Not only can you move your money out of your personal estate and sell, by the way, we sell it. You have to have a contract. You can't gift it from here to here. It has to go through a contract. It's simple. It's a bill of sale. Your assets go to the trust through a contract. Okay? The trust owns the house now. Once you sold it to the trust pays the bill. It pays the mortgage, the taxes, insurance, the light bill, water bill, gas bill, electric bill. It pays all the bills. You don't have very many bills anymore, if any. Why? Because you don't own your assets anymore. You've sold those assets to a non-statutory entity, which, by the way, watch this, is bringing in all kinds of income. Not active income, it's passive income, because we got to follow the tax code. It's all passive income, and it's paying all the bills for your assets, but it's not creating any income, so it's not paying any tax. It all stays in corpus. The corpus of the trust, all the money that comes from the investment stays in corpus, in the trust, pays all the bills. You grow your wealth, not here. Okay? You do not create, grow, and scale wealth here. You create, grow, and you scale your wealth in this trust. Why? This is building your castle in the sand. If you try to create wealth here and build your wealth here. This personal estate dies when you die. That's why you need a will or a trust. Most people get a living trust. The problem is you got no benefits. So why put your wealth here? Why take all the income into this income box when you don't have to? Use a non-statutory entity called a specialized type of trust that can bring in income but not get taxed. Why does it not get taxed? Because it's not income yet. You build your wealth here, you grow your wealth here, you scale your wealth over here instead of trying to do it here in the wrong box. Most people choose the wrong box. Don't choose the income box. It's building your house on the sand. So keep watching our videos. We're going to show you all types of cool things, and we'll see you on the next one.